Busted.
The reviews are in.
Awesome.
You wanted more Joe Concha. And we heard you. More Joe. More show.
We're talking to you. Under promise and over deliver.
Joe Concha. Weeknights at 9. Plus Sunday mornings at 11 on 77 WABC.
Jimmy Kimmel no longer tries to be funny. Not that he ever really was.
Joe Concha. Weeknights at 9. Plus Sunday mornings at 11.
Democrats defending cocaine coming into the country.
This is Another Side of Midnight
with TJ McCormack.
Now to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC.
Here's TJ McCormack.
Good morning, family. Hello there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is freezing cold outside. 40 states involved in this oncoming winter storm, or you're experiencing it right now. We're waiting for it here in the Northeast. My name is TJ McCormack. This is Another Side of Midnight, coming to you from the studio. Decided to come in and not do it remote. I'm not playing it safe for you guys. I figure we're all in this together. Plus, it's much better to be here live with everybody in the studio. I would have made the commute back over Christmas from Liverpool, but in some cases, you just got to do it from where you are. That was just wouldn't have been time or cost efficient. It just wouldn't have been to come back and forth from the UK. Anyway, in all seriousness, I decided to come in. Because supposedly the storm is, gonna be, landing here in, Manhattan, starting when the show ends, about 5 a.m. Eastern time. And what's the show? It's Another Side of Midnight. with me, TJ, here on the Red Apple Audio Networks all around the United States. And we are coming from the studios of 77 WABC, the flagship station of the Red Apple Audio Networks. And so right here in Midtown Manhattan is again about 5-something is when it's supposed to land. It's making its way up the East Coast. So if you're getting it now, I'd love to hear about it. 1-800-848-9222, 1-800-848-9222. They're saying, about 2,300 miles worth of storm. 2,300 miles is where this is what this thing covers. And 40 states. That's massive. So if you're getting it right now, I'd be very curious to hear what you're experiencing. Did you prepare? Do you prepare for this? It's a different storm depending on where you are. Down south, on the coast, it's going to be more mix, ice, sleet, and snow at sort of different times. Up where we are here, and especially where I live, it's so cold right now. Here in Manhattan, it is 13 degrees and feels like making love. No, let's see. Feels like 4 degrees, and it's currently anywhere from 14 to 16 degrees right now. Up where I live, it is 9. It's 9, and I forgot to trickle the faucets. I forgot to do that before I left. Should be okay. I don't think the pipes are going to explode. Never happened before. There's famous last words. But I'm a big believer in leaving the cabinet open underneath the faucet so that the pipes get some of that room warmth, But I really do love the real peace of mind is when you trickle that cold water. Is when you trickle that main water supply. Just keep it moving through the pipes and it won't stand still and it won't freeze. I'm a big, big believer in that. So whatever your, predilections are, what do you do when these things are? And by the way, do you stock up? I know listeners of this show and listeners of Red Apple and 77 WABC, very pragmatic people. Most of us conservative. We don't like to get caught up in the hype. We like to vote on election day and we say, meh. Don't knock over the stores and there's going to be plenty of toilet paper and, just, get your bread and get but don't go nuts. You're going to be out there again on Tuesday or Monday afternoon and everything's going to be fine. And, and that's kind of how I do it. But I don't shop out of panic. I shop because I know there's stuff that I'm going to want because when you're in the mood, right? And that's cool. So, what's your ideal snow day? Most of us are going to be experiencing that today. Sunday, the Lord's Day, it's going to be a snow day. Now, football on later, you can't beat that. Right? I brought the firewood in. I got firewood ready to go. So, 1-800-848-9222. What are your traditions? And again, I cop to it. This is absolutely talk show stuff. I'm acknowledging at the top that I'm being kind of cliche and I don't want to be. I never like to be. And I'm going to move into a kind of some serious stuff in a minute. And even that is going to be at the risk of sounding cliche. But, we're some live talk here now, on a Saturday where there was the shooting and the death in Minneapolis. So we've got to acknowledge that and talk about that a little bit. There was, there was talk earlier around, and then we had, then there was a lot of music on a Saturday night. Now it's Sunday morning and families gathering here. So a little bit of early morning talk about what happened in Minneapolis and the prevailing situation here in the country and in the world ish, but certainly in the country. We'll definitely touch on that. A couple of interesting local stories we'll kick into as well at some point. Some creepy stuff. There's a mom in the Bronx. There's a mom in the Bronx. A mom. Use that term lightly. There's a monster in the Bronx who kept her twin boys hidden from the public. Every once in a while, these literally insane stories pop up. And you wonder how they happen. But this woman, this monster in the Bronx, in like a condo, a co-op, this woman, owns an apartment, kept her 14-year-old boys sheltered. Hidden from the world. And the theory that some people have is that she wanted to maintain them as perpetual babies. They were found in diapers. 14 years old now. They're 14 in diapers, emaciated. The only food for them in the house was baby formula and baby cereal. And one is autistic, untreated. And yeah, I think the story says the last time they were seen was like they were maybe 5 years old. I don't know, 3 years old. So how that makes it day in, day out, day in, day out. Nobody ever has to go in that apartment. Nobody ever hears, sees, wonders where. There's no extended family. There's nobody knocking or anyway, we'll touch on that and there's a few other things. But yeah, we'll start with the snow that's coming. Or again, if it's out on your home heath right now, please let us know. Let me know what it looks like, what's cooking. And again, in connection to the whole snowstorm, blizzard insanity here, this first big one, and it's certainly the biggest one in a long time, let alone the first big one of 2026. Curious what your habits are, what you did to prepare. What are you planning on doing later today when this thing, when you hunker down, what will hunkering entail? For me, it's, sleep. Get home, and I'm going to be beating it, by the way. I'm going to be clean it up. Well, I was jumping ahead. When I said I'm going to be beating it, what I'm saying is, you filthy minded human beings. And I'm talking to you, Pamela. Stop it right. And Angela, stop it right now with your filthy thoughts. When I said beating it, what I mean is, you got to get to sleep somehow, right? But what I mean is, by beating it is I'm going to be boogieing.
What do you read mostly?
I'm going to be boogieing out of here at like 5:30, like Gonzville. I got to be boogieing up the FDR. Because I'm going to feel like Smokey and the Bandit, like with like the storm chasing me like the hounds of hell. Again, it's supposed to be 5, could be 6, 7, 8. That's the thing, by the way, about this storm is the variable. I mean, look, we know it's going to be big. We know but the variables as to how big, how impactful, the duration, the start time. That's what's getting me. The start time for the storm when nobody's committing to anybody about any particular ballpark time for this thing to start. It's like a 3 to 5 hour gap. So it's like waiting for a fridge from, your favorite friendly appliance store, It's like waiting for a home heating oil delivery. Could be, it's like cable. It's waiting for the cable. It's like waiting for the cable guy. That's what it is. Yeah, we're going to be there sometime between the hours of, if you can make yourself available, if you could batten down the hatches and be prepared for a snow Armageddon, sometime between the hours of 2 a.m. and 4:45 in the afternoon. So anywhere from dark to light to back to dark again would be the general proximity of the onset of this Snowmageddon. And it's going to be anywhere from 8 inches to 80 inches. It's either going to be up to your knees or it's going to bury your home. I don't know. I mean, everybody is pretty consistent with their predictions, but they're kind of consistent in their inconsistency in terms of the lack of commitment. I'd like to see a little bit of commitment. Especially for me, selfishly, because I'm down here with my car and I'll be damned if I'm going to be, out there. At least I'll be alone. I should be alone in the car. Which brings me right back to beating it. Okay, so, let's see. Let's take our first quick break. When we come back, we got Danny, we got E. Frank. Going to talk about it. And also, talking about being stranded, because you have visions in your mind. You have these, you see images from the news and stories and with social media, there's loads of images of people getting stuck. I remember it was about 5 years ago, was it? When 6 years ago, New York City was getting pounded by snow in like a mid-afternoon situation, and people kind of waited to leave. They didn't quite get going, and when they finally did leave the city, because jerk bosses wouldn't let people leave soon enough, and all of a sudden, everything ground to a halt at like 4:30 in the afternoon on like a Wednesday. Nobody got, and it took people 6 hours to do a 45-minute drive. It was like that, and that's no exaggeration. So throughout the morning, here's another little topic for you. Have you ever been stranded? Have you ever been stranded in a snow situation, or weather's in general, but in this case, snow? Have you ever been stranded in a blizzard? Have you been one of those poor souls, locked in an airport or stuck on the side of a highway? I've had a couple. I'll tell you a couple. 1-800-848-9222. 1-800-848-9222. We're going to take our break, come back to the phones, come back, talk to you. Got a bunch of stuff. We're going to talk about Minneapolis here on Another Side of Midnight with me, TJ, on the Red Apple Audio Networks. Stay right there.
All night long, this is Another Side of Midnight
with TJ McCormack.
77 WABC. It's Another Side of Midnight.
Political humorist TJ McCormack.
Now, to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC.
Here's TJ McCormack.
Good morning, gang. Hello there, family. It is 25 minutes past the hour here on Another Side of Midnight. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Tone. The fellas are here, and we got the phones cooking. And so again, as we said last night, I actually mentioned it last week too, or yesterday morning and last week. It's a month ago, this snowstorm would have been like, oh my God, it's going to be so winter with the winter wonderland. It's going to be Christmas. It's going to be white Christmas. It's going to be just gorgeous pictures and everybody get the scarves and I'm going to use, where's my muff? Shut up, you filthy people. Shut up. Stop now. I'm looking at you with the filthy mind. Anyway. 1-800-848-9222. Let's see here. I will talk to Daniel in Westchester. Good morning, Danny.
Oh, hi, TJ.
Hello.
Let's never forget the December 26, 2010. They called it the Thunder and Lightning Blizzard, the Christmas blizzard. Winds 50, 60 miles an hour. There was actually thunder and lightning coming down with the snow. Remember where Mayor Bloomberg was? Can anybody guess? He was in Bermuda. Remember? He saw his plane on the tarmac.
Yeah.
It was crazy, that snowstorm. I've never seen snow come down like that.
Yeah. It wasn't quite Karen Bass being in Ghana for the fires, but yeah, it was a bit tone deaf for him to be in Bermuda.
Yeah, but he knew he already was elected 3 times. He knew he wasn't going to be elected again. Yeah. I like to say something about. Are you gonna be able to weave this into the Immigration Act of 1965? You're gonna be able to get us there? No, not right now. I just want to say.
Oh, okay.
Let me just say the 2010 snowstorm.
Yes.
was like people in heaven having a snowball fight.
Oh.
I never saw snow come down like that before, if you remember it.
Oh, it was like making love in heaven. It was like big people. It was people having their chubby lovers. I think tonight's another chubby lover. I think you got to get a chubby lover tonight. That was a great line last night. That was excellent stuff. All right. So let's see. Let's go to, Martin, line 2. Good morning, Martin. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning there,
hi,
TJ.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. That's a dirty song you're playing there.
I know. It's filthy. My apologies to all the good people.
He's trying to get that girl to stay there.
He's trying to get her to stay there so they can spend time doing adult things, right? And he's plying her with.
That's what I would do.
Well, sure. I mean, anybody. I mean, she sounds fantastic.
I know, but there's some people now that offends them.
Yeah.
For some strange reason, they're offended.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, I'm ready for the storm. I got an oil delivery. I got additive to the oil to keep it from to lower the freezing, so it doesn't freeze up in the.
Wait, your home heating oil can freeze?
The line that goes from the tank outside into the house.
Oh, okay. Wow. I didn't. And
that froze up on me one time.
Oh, I bet you that's something that only happens once, right? You're like, that's it. That's never going to happen again.
Now I got the additive. The additive keeps it. It's like antifreeze. It's like antifreeze in your car. It keeps it from freezing.
How is that? How is that priced out for you these days? How is your home heating? Is your home heating oil killing you these days, or is it moderately priced? Were you able to negotiate with your provider?
There's a limit to how much, upper limit to how much I have to pay for it.
Oh, okay. So you got a cap on the price. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they're all around the same thing. But anyway,
yes,
I got food. I got food. I got beer.
Yes.
I got booze.
Yeah.
I got just about everything. I got several snow shovels.
Cool.
And I got four-wheel drive. If I had to go anywhere, I got four-wheel drive. So.
Whereabouts in upstate New York are you?
Putnam County.
Putnam. Okay. All right. I'm not too far from you. I'm in northern Westchester when I'm home.
I lived in Westchester. I came from Westchester. I moved up here. It's better because it's red up here.
Oh, I know, baby. I know. Is Mike Lawler your congressman? Are you in that part of Putnam?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Mike Lawler.
Yep.
He's all right. You know, I think he's pretty good.
He is. Well, he's better than the alternative, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he is good. He's solid.
Again.
But I think we're going to probably get about 14 to 18 inches. Could be almost a foot and a half or more.
Oh, that's good. It's something to do.
Yeah,
something
right.
to do. Shovel the snow.
Exactly.
Shovel the snow. It's good exercise.
It is. In moderation, because you always hear about people having flipping heart attacks in the snow. You always hear about, there's always at least one person that you hear, you know, unfortunately keeled over because he was outside shoveling. I mean, listen, if illegal immigration gives us anything, it gives us great resources to not have to go outside and shovel. Gavish?
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too, buddy. Martin, thank you.
I'm looking forward to it. I want to shovel this snow. Hey,
yeah.
So I think Mandami is an ass. A jerk. He's a jerk. He won't give the kids a snow day.
Yeah. No, I know, man. I know. He's and thank you, buddy. Yes, no, I agree. I think what he's doing is cruel and cold and also stupid and short-sighted and unfair to the kids. I think you know what, man, a great way to ingratiate yourself to the families and the kids and also the naysayers like me. You know, I mean, you're not necessarily going to get stripes for calling a snow day, but you're definitely going to take a pounding. I've been beating up Mamdani for a couple days. The New York Post went in the exact same direction as I did on the exact same rationale, and I still have not come up with a great hashtag, but we definitely. If you're in New York City. Oh, and by the way, if you're out and about around the country, the story is that here in New York, our favorite anti-Semitic socialist mayor Zohran Mamdani announced and decreed that Monday being it's probably still going to be snowing until about noon on Monday. So New York City is going to be buried under a very rare, like nearly foot of snow in New York City. Almost never happens. And he said that New York City schools will, no matter whether or not in person, doesn't matter. Children are going to have to log on to devices for 8 hours. Devices that we're trying to get kids off of. And here we are with an opportunity to get kids in the city outside. And it's not like their parents are going to have to get childcare. The parents are going to be home too. So here's an opportunity to get kids outside in the oxygen, playing in the snow, having fun, seeing other kids out there, having a play date, maybe, God forbid, spending time with mom, dad, grandma, cousins, friends, other kids we're talking about the city, right? So other kids in the apartment building, other kids in the houses in the neighborhoods, come out, get out in the snow, come home, have some hot chocolate. You know, God forbid. No, Zoran is going to chain them to their devices for an entire beautiful snow day. And he even used the term no traditional snow day. So even if the kids are going to be home here in New York City, it's going to be millions of kids logging on to devices. Exactly the antithesis of what the general consensus is, that kids spend too much time on devices. Well, Mamdani thinks they don't get enough time on devices and that they get too much time outside in the fresh air, having fun and building memories. So if you're a New York City parent, even if you're a New York City parent and you voted for Mamdani, please, 1-800-848-9222, 1-800-848-9222. Please call me and tell me if you're cool with Mamdani's rule. Or is he a tool? Woo! Because he's making the kids stay home from school. But the rhyme ends there. Sorry. 1-800-848-9222. If you voted for Mamdani, tell me how you feel about this decision to make the kids log on and go to school remotely on what should be a snow day. 1-800-848-9222. We're also asking, how are you preparing for the storm? And also asking, have you ever had a nightmare due to the weather? Have you ever been stranded on the side of the road in an airport? Have you ever been snowed in? Be curious about that. 1-800-848-9222. Let's see. Let's go to E. Frank in Astoria. Good morning, E. Frank. Welcome.
Yes. Good morning, TJ. Happy belated New Year. This is my first call for the year.
Yes.
So,
and to you.
And to you. A little bit late, but, and also I want to wish the New England Patriots very well today in the AFC Championship game.
Yes.
First of all, I've been through this routine for years, for decades, almost 5 decades. My worst snowstorms were 1977, 78, and 79. And then after that, it was around Reagan snowstorms. And then the most interesting ones were in the late 90s when it didn't snow too much, and we had these modern meteorologists with their university credentials saying we have an AccuWeather check, we have a storm weather check, and, all these checks.
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm doing to prepare for the storm is usually, in my day when I was going to parochial school, they would let us stay home when the snowstorm was going to be above a certain amount, like maybe past 6 or 7 inches. They would they would send an alert to the Diocese of Brooklyn, tell them to leave all the children home. Don't let them come out for one day because, they could get struck by a snow truck, or they could be, get sick from the weather.
Sure.
But, in recent years, with these patterns, global warming, these snowstorms are very weird.
So much for the global warming, by the way, right? So much for the global warming. That's a whole show, by the way, that we got to do. They're starting to walk that back, Frank. Have you noticed that? They're starting to walk back their whole narrative. But go ahead. Yeah.
And then there have been years, about maybe 10 years ago, 15, when it hadn't snowed for about, or even rained for years. There was a drought in New York, and the water reservoir levels were at like 19%.
Yep.
And all of a sudden we had a 12-inch, 15-inch snowstorm. So these patterns are very weird, but I usually have prepared by staying home the entire day when it's above maybe 6 inches.
Yeah, I think, and thank you, buddy. It is good to hear from you, E. Frank, and Happy New Year to you, my buddy. Look, tomorrow, later today and into tomorrow, Monday, we're gonna be socked in, and that's just that. I mean, again, all the officials, and see what's funny about these things is it gives an opportunity even for a dope like Kathy Hochul to go out there, and the dopey governor of Ned Lamont, the dopey governor of Connecticut, and the dopey new governor Mickey Sherrill over in New Jersey. Yes, I'm generally painting the Democrat governors with a broad brush as being dopey, a broad dopey brush. Although I tell you what, before he left, speaking of Mikey Sherrill, before he left, her predecessor, the ever so dopey and good riddance and the hell with you, you absolute jackass of all jackasses. This guy gives the finger to all that is well and good in the world. When Phil Murphy, what a jerk, what an God almighty, would I love to walk into a diner and see him and just bark at him. This guy on the way out the door gives the finger to decency. Kind of all over the place, but let me just, I wanted to talk about this, and I'll just throw it out there as we're talking about all the other things. And I'll just give you this from the New York Post. So first he dropped a pardon on the son of a Democrat donor, big time donor. he dropped a pardon on the kid about 90 minutes before he was even convicted. What happened was he got into an accident that was fatal. Got into a fatal accident, left the scene of a fatal crash in 2022. Killed a 76-year-old pedestrian, I believe down in Atlantic City. The guy, he's from Atlantic City. And he was convicted, but Murphy slid in a pardon for this son of a Democrat power broker in New Jersey. Slid in the pardon for him 90 minutes before he was convicted. But dig this from the New York Post. David Proper. Oh, I know David, is the reporter. A New Jersey mom convicted of burning. Dig this! A New Jersey mom convicted of burning her 2 young children to death could soon walk free thanks to now former Governor Phil Murphy, who sparked outrage. You hear it in my voice. This outrage. Yes, he did indeed. Who sparked outrage by commuting her sentence as he left office this week. Maria Montalvo was serving dig this. He's not knocking down, he granted clemency. He's not knocking down a 2 to 5, a 10 to 15 for some, could have gone one way or the other situation. Maria Montalvo was serving a 100-year prison sentence. A 100-year term. After she was found guilty of murdering her 18-month-old son in 1996. But under Murphy's direction, the 61-year-old Union Beach murderer will have a chance at parole. According to reports, Montalvo will continue to seek a new trial, even to get this thing overturned, even though she's getting the clemency. She would not have been eligible for parole until 2054 when she was 90. Serving a 100-year term, she murdered her 18-month-old daughter and 28-month-old son. This is who Phil Murphy feels needs to walk free. We're going to get to the whole moral high ground in a second when we talk about Minneapolis. We'll get there in the second hour. It's 43 minutes past the hour. Let's talk to Jim in upstate. Good morning, Jim.
Hey, good morning, TJ.
Hi, welcome back.
Hey, I live upstate. I'm from Jersey, but I live upstate New York. I said it before. We bought a small farm up there.
Oh, nice. Right, all right. We've spoken before, yes.
Yeah, big snow is no big deal up there.
Right.
You're used to it.
Yeah.
Especially like around Watertown, Buffalo, they get lake effect.
Oh God, it's cultural up there. It's in the blood.
They laugh at it. Yeah. I have friends racing up there now to go snowmobiling.
Wow.
When I first bought the farm,
yeah.
I wasn't prepared, and we had like 3 feet of snow. I couldn't get anybody to plow, and I spent 8 hours out there shoveling.
Oh,
just soaked from head to toe.
Oh,
the next day I could barely breathe. My chest was hurting. I thought I was having a heart attack. I got pneumonia.
Oh my God!
And my wife took me to the hospital, a small hospital near my town.
Yeah.
And they did a CAT scan, and I had like 80% in one lung, like 30% in the other. Jesus. They raced me to a big hospital in Binghamton.
Oh my God, Jimmy!
Yeah,
Jesus.
I was in intensive care. So now I'm prepared, though. I got a new respect for the word pneumonia.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you get that once, man. Because it's like that's so scary. So many people die from that. Oh my God.
I would have died. If she didn't make me go to the hospital, I would have died.
Oh my God! Thank God.
Now we have plow trucks, snow blowers, generators.
Yeah.
It's so cold. It's probably going to be a fluffy snow. Which is bad, but the ice down south are going to get bad.
That's the bad stuff. Yep.
They drop power lines. You lose power. I see a lot of. Today I seen a lot of linemen's trucks from different areas heading south.
Yep.
They have like an agreement amongst each other when it's an emergency. They all they send their trucks from areas.
Mutual aid. Mutual aid agreements with the power. Yeah, and they were probably Well, it sounds like they're getting down there a little late. Usually they'll stage. They'll get to where they're going, and stage for, 24 hours ahead so that they're in place. But yeah, no, we're anticipating where I live that it's going to be, it's like I said, it's 9 degrees where my home is. And so that's going to be dry and powdery. It's going to be blowing around.
Yeah, it was -4 this morning at my house.
Woof!
-12 in Watertown, yeah. I have an 1860s farmhouse in the middle of a cornfield with the mountains behind me and a river in front of me, so that's tough to keep it warm.
Dude,
the electric bills are crazy now.
I know.
I just paid a $660 electric bill.
It's insane. And I tell you what, man, you know what? And do you have your local electeds, your local New York State electeds? Are they holding press conferences and issuing statements about how egregious the energy rates are?
No, I haven't been keeping track of that, but someone told me if you have a smart meter, it detects everything that's plugged in your house. I don't know if it's true or not. A lot of the bills are higher now because of these smart meters.
Yeah.
It's not like we heat it with electric or anything. When I first I moved from Jersey to the Poconos back in the early '90s, and I bought a vacation type home.
Sure.
High ceilings. It had electric heat.
Yep.
That was bad.
That's what I've got. That's what I've got.
My electric bills were like $500 a month in the '90s.
I am doomed. My home is is completely electric. I am absolutely so massively screwed right now.
Do you have any solar? Any solar at all? Or
it's not an option with my HOAs. I don't believe that we can do that. I know I'm totally, absolutely jacked up when it comes to electric rates. I genuinely, I just put it on auto pay because I don't want to know. It'll make me so mad. It'll keep me up at night. Jimmy, I got to jump, but stay warm and enjoy, buddy. Thank you. I'm grateful every time you call. Thanks, Jim. There we go. There goes Jim. 1-800-848-9222. Let's take our break. And when we get back, Rick in Jersey has a stranded in the snow story. All right, we'll get to Rick when we come back. It's Another Side of Midnight with me, TJ. On the Red Apple Audio Networks, broadcasting live from a freezing 14 degrees, feels like 4, Midtown Manhattan, on the Red Apple Audio Network. We'll be right back.
All night long, this is Another Side of Midnight
with TJ McCormack.
77 WABC. It's Another Side of Midnight.
Political humorist TJ McCormack.
Now, to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC.
Here's TJ McCormack.
Yeah, that's what today's gonna be, gang. It's gonna be a winter wonderland all damn day, and then all damn night, and then all damn day tomorrow. 1-800-848-9222. As we, here in the Northeast await what some of you are already, mired in. It's already, I think this storm is, leaving a bunch of ice and, nasty stuff. Sleet and all that mixed nasty winter ugliness, down south. And coming up through the mid-Atlantic, it's going to get more and more snowy as it, climbs north. And then by the time it gets here and hits this Arctic, feels like 4 degrees in Midtown Manhattan. And then, up where I live, it is 9, probably feels like -2. And I'm going nuts because you know what? I'm not home to do the dad thing, right? I'm not home to do the guy thing and put the water on trickle, and open the cabinets underneath. Drive me nuts. I know. I just know that the one cabinet that I left open, and it's on like an outer kind of wall faucet. There's a bathroom downstairs. And I left it open and I put the heat up in that room so that it would, keep those pipes. I know one of the girls closed. The cabinet. I just know it. And so I'm not home to put the water on trickle so that it keeps moving and so the pipes don't freeze. So at 1:35 in the morning, an hour and a half ago almost, I sent a text. The one time that I'm hoping one of my daughters was still up with her friends texting or something like that. Late. I sent a note saying, hey, if any of you are up or wake up or get up at some point, and I'm here. I am like fingers crossed that somebody has a bad night's sleep. I'm actually hoping that my wife or daughters has a bad night's sleep, rolls over, checks their phone, and sees this text from Dad saying, hey, if one of you guys happens to wake up in the middle of the night, could you go turn on the faucet just to trickle? And there I am in the text trying to describe, you don't have to just put it on. I mean, look, honestly, I'd be happy if they just turned the water on. I don't care about trickle, stream, whatever. Turn it on. Just turn flipping water on so the pipes don't freeze. This is pipe freezing weather, to be sure. So let's go to the aforementioned Rick in Jersey. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hi there.
Excuse me if I cough or something. I have the flu.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ooh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's making it very difficult to feed the cats and raccoons outside.
Well, that's good. Keep you inside, away from the diseased raccoons.
They depend on me. I got to be there.
Dude, throw some bread out the window and be done with it. They'll be happy.
No, they won't be happy.
Them and what do they? What do them and their opposing thumbs want?
The cat food. Raccoons love cat food. Anyway.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry you're not well.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
That sucks. What kind of flu do you have? What do you like?
I don't know. I bought a bunch of COVID tests, and when I opened them up, all of them were missing the swabs.
Look at that. Look at that.
Five tests, 5 swabs missing. So, what the hell?
Idiots.
Anyway,
go ahead.
During 1979-80 season, I lived in Mammoth Lakes, California.
Okay. Oh, beautiful! Wow.
Yeah. At the 8,000 foot level, and I've never seen so much snow in my life.
Yeah.
In 1 week, on top of the existing snow, we got 102 additional inches. In 1 week, 102 inches.
That's a snowpack for you. That is a summer's worth of water, isn't it?
Yeah. In 1 week. Now, we start all the people, we put our car into a parking lot, and we started to see it had gotten to the top of the cars. You could hardly see where the cars were.
Jeez.
So we all went out and put broomsticks sticking on top of the car up, so you could see where it is.
Oh, interesting.
It went over them.
Okay.
It went over the broomstick, which meant that the loaders and the plows could not go into the parking lot because you might be hitting cars.
Right.
I literally did not get my car until May because, the skiing season in Mammoth Lakes is till July 4th.
Yep.
They ski from Thanksgiving till July 4th. That's their season.
Yeah, unless you live in California, and I did for a long time, you would never know. But yeah, that's Mammoth Lake. That's what it's like up there. And up in Tahoe and Truckee and all that up there in the Sierra Nevada. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was so many piles of snow on the road, so high that it was as high as the roofs of the house.
Wow.
And I literally would have to go out and tell people, you're not walking on the road anymore. You're on near my roof.
Now, how did you, get oxygen, air? Did you clear? Would you open how do you do that? How do you live in a house that's literally encased in snow? What do you do?
Well, one side of it was encased in snow. The other was not.
Oh, okay, because it drifts, because the wind?
Right. Well, the road, and they keep piling it up.
Okay.
They have loaders. They don't have just snowplows. They have loaders.
Right. Oh, right. That come in and actually move.
And lift it up and put it on top of it, on top, and you just go into the mountain. And they literally, people would be walking on my roof thinking it was part of the road.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. And you say you were stuck in your house for a month. That's nuts.
Months? No, this season. Wow. I couldn't get my car till May. That's when we started seeing the broom handles.
Wow. That's nuts.
Yeah. So
wow, dude.
It was bad, but that was. Yeah, I had never seen it, and you know, up at 8,000 feet.
Yeah, no, that's an entirely different existence.
Hard to do anything.
I got to jump, Booby. Take care of the raccoons. And feel better. Feel better, Rick. Definitely feel better. Feel bad. All right, gang. We'll be back. First hour down. Coming back. Another Side of Midnight with TJ McCormack on the Red Apple Audio Network. Stay right there.
It's Another Side of Midnight. 77 WABC. This is Another Side of Midnight
with TJ McCormack.
Now to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC.
Here's TJ McCormack.
right. Good morning, family. Welcome back. It is 7 minutes after the hour here on the Red Apple Audio Networks, broadcasting live from a freezing, awful, freezing cold Midtown Manhattan. It's so cold out there, and it's just cold air where you go. Can't get warm. Constant chill. God bless the poor. I don't know. I mean, they found 3 bodies in the last 24 hours. As of the last report that I read, and that it simply can't be the end of it. That cannot be the final toll. God forbid. But this is one of those times when what from the curb to the door, here at 77 WABC, 30 feet, 40, 50 feet. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. It's done. Freezing. And so, see the delivery dudes out there. They ran every once in a while. What's that person? Yeah, that person's a food delivery. I'm looking out the window. And the occasional pedestrian. I was a pedestrian about 3 hours ago. I was out there. Cold, man. Cold. 12 degrees now. Feels like 4. And more coming. And then the snow comes in a few hours. 1-800-848-9222. We're talking about the snow. We're talking about nightmare scenarios, you know. We just talked to Rick, who found himself when he lived in California up in the Mammoth Lakes, up there, the mountains surrounding Los Angeles, that area, or up from Los Angeles. And, he was stuck there the whole season. Like his car got buried. He didn't get his car until May. And, I remember one time I got stuck. There was a time when I was living in Los Angeles and doing stand up and flying around the country. Flew all the time, 2-3 times a week. I was taking flights. And, if I was going across country, if I was going to Miami, they were nonstops. But if I was going to like New York or like, I don't know, if I was working like clubs in the Middle East, in the Midwest, if I was working clubs in, Beirut, you know, and Tehran, I'd have to connect through Chicago. Now, if I was working in the Midwest, I'd fly into Chicago and then from there, like a commuter flight. And, I would always, if it was in the wintertime, always, I'd book a room at the O'Hare Hilton, just in case we got socked in. So there was a room and I would cancel, I'd book it. And then as long as you canceled before like 5 back then, you know, rules were like so much more humane and decent and doable and businesslike back then. God, everything sucks today. The rules now are just so different. You know, you got to put down a credit card to get to book a table at a restaurant. Even regular, even not just something that's like, you know, the hottest table in town. Just, some places you can't just get a reservation. You got to put down a credit card. Flip that. Heck with that. Anyway, I used to book a room at the O'Hare Hilton. It was built into the airport. You don't have to go outside. Just boom, right there. And, one time got caught off guard and actually, no, you know what? This is the time that I did get socked in Chicago. And that is where I learned my lesson. And it was after this that I started booking a room at the Hilton every time, blah, blah, blah. So I got stuck in Chicago and no rooms to be, oh no, you know what it was? Yeah, the airline did take care of me. I did get put up, but not at the Hilton and not like at the airport, but that's what it was. I was at Midway. That's right. I wasn't at O'Hare. Damn it. That's right. I was at Chicago Midway, which ain't O'Hare. And I ended up at a motel right near Midway Airport in a if anybody's familiar, maybe Eduardo in Tampa, let me know if this rings a bell. It was a little, I mean, granted, I'm not asking you which motel I was at, but I'm pretty sure I was in that part of town. Is Midway in the part of town in Chicago? I'm pretty fluent in Chicago, but it's been a while. Is Midway in the part of Chicago where it's like a lot of Polish influence, big Polish population? Am I right? Is that where we are in Chicago near Midway? Is that because the motel was depressing as hell. I was still smoking. I wasn't drinking yet, but I was smoking up a storm. And I remember like having to go walk for miles to find Marlboro. I smoke Marlboro menthols. God forbid. Smoke Marlboro menthols. Oof, I could murder one. Tell you what, gang, I don't even think about drinking anymore, but damn it, I could murder a Marlboro menthol. Oh my God. Anyway. And I was socked in this motel with like 4 TV channels. I think I read like travel brochure. I got so bored. I was there for like 3 days. Just lots. And what did I eat? What did I, you'd think, this is like 30 years ago, but I'm trying to remember. It was like, there was like one I might have been like Polish sausage, like Chicago hot dogs. It was like that's all I could get. Bad pizza, like not even good Chicago deep dish, but there was like bad pizza. Oh, it was like 7-Eleven pizza. It was the worst for like 2 or 3 days. Could not go anywhere. Everything was just locked in. It sucked. 1-800-848-9222. We're going to go to Mary in Jersey. Good morning, Mary.
Hi. I love your voice and your attitude.
Oh, thank you very much.
Great.
Oh, you're lovely. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Listen, getting ready for the snow, you need batteries. Especially for your radio. Make sure you have a radio that operates on batteries so you don't have to sit in the silence.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Nothing worse than the silence, right, honey?
Oh, that's the worst thing of all.
Oh.
And that in the cold. But silence is bad.
So tell me.
Oh, and my...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
And no, you were going to say
okay.
and
my cousin Millie from Long Island.
Yes.
She reminded me to fill a couple of pails with water so that if your pipes do freeze, you can flush the toilet with something.
Ooh, that's interesting. I like that. That you got to do that. That's good advice.
Oh yeah, those are your dad instincts now.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, that's very much a dude thing. Absolutely. Yeah, I remember one time we were renting a house, Mary, in New York, in Westchester, and it was an old it was like we were just hearing about in upstate New York. It was an 1865 farmhouse, and the basement was a dirt basement. We had laundry down there and a boiler, but it was dirt.
That's my basement here in New Jersey.
Really? It's fascinating, right?
Yeah.
And
we got a half dugout basement.
Oh,
yep.
That's great. I love it. So when was your house built?
1937.
Oh,
which I remember because that's the year when the Roswell aliens landed in New Mexico.
You're darn right. 1937 in Roswell. I've been to Roswell. It's fantastic.
Wow.
Oh, it's exciting to go there. So Mary, dig this. So the pipes froze and it didn't explode. Thank God, didn't burst. But I was down there just like you do. Of course, Dad had to do it. I got the hairdryer and I was down there with the hairdryer and son of a gun, it worked. I blasted the hairdryer on the pipes and it worked. And it actually thawed them out enough and it got the water moving again.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Right? And and they say, you got to open the cabinet and turn the heat on so that the pipes underneath the sink they can stay warm.
Oh yeah, I remember that, and the outside wall and everything.
Yep.
I'm knocking wood and making the sign of the cross here to be sure that nothing bad happens.
Yeah.
But right now, in my half dugout basement, my boiler my pipes are always exposed to my furnace.
Oh, that's good.
My boiler, so it always keeps them warm. But yeah, nevertheless, going around and opening the cabinets and all of that stuff.
Yep.
That's very important.
It is, Mary. Like I said, I'm hoping that one of my daughters or my wife wakes up and sees my text. Cause I left the house so early tonight. I didn't do that or last night. So I'm hoping they see my message and, we shall see. But listen, Mary, stay warm, stay safe. Okay, love, make some soup. What are you going to be eating later today? Do you have did you go and get any comfort food for the snow day?
Tea. If I have tea, I'm happy.
Tea. Yep. Me. And you know what? Tea for me, you know why I gain weight when I drink tea? Because I have to have cookies. Biscuits. I have cookies. We buy English cookies.
Biscuits.
Chocolate covered English biscuits is what we drink with tea in my house because my wife is from England and
okay.
Boy,
that sounds good.
Yeah. Mary, I'll be thinking about you, love. All right, stay warm, stay safe.
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, Mary. Aw, she's so cheery. So cheery. Aw, Bill. She is a cheerful, happy, merry lady. That is a lovely lady right there. Stay warm, love. 1-800-848-9222. We're all commiserating. The family's all gathering around the fireplace, and we're talking about the snowstorm that's coming. We got Paul, Joaquin, Charlie, and Kevin all lined up. We're going to come to all y'all when we come back. It's 3:19 here in Midtown Manhattan. It's 9 degrees outside. It feels like 4, and the temperature's dropping. So everybody, hang in there. We'll be right back. It's Another Side of Midnight with TJ McCormack on the Red Apple Audio Network. Stay right there.
All night long, this is Another Side of Midnight
with TJ McCormack.
77 WABC. It's Another Side of Midnight.
Political humorist TJ McCormack.
Now, to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC.
Here's TJ McCormack.
I don't like, Crocodile Rock. I like, Elton. If I have to listen to an Elton song, I dig I guess Saturday Night is alright for fighting, whatever that one is, Saturday Night. I like that. But what cracked me up one time, Elton just is he's just swollen these days. He's just really puffy. He's puffy. And I remember when everybody was doing those COVID concerts and they were doing them from their houses like celebrities. We'd see them in their living rooms, or Elton participated in like a remote concert with a few other celebrities. And he was in his driveway in Los Angeles. He was outside and he was on his keyboard in his driveway in Los Angeles. And he's out there and he was wearing like a fancy toupee, crazy glasses, and like sweats. He was wearing like a sweatsuit and Elton John shades. So he's kind of like us. Everybody was home wearing leisure wear. But he's out there and he was doing I'm Still Standing. That was a song that I like. But he's out there and he's doing I'm Still Standing. And his face was so chubby and he was so puffy that he was like, he was like, hey, bring it down, because I'm going to do my Elton John for you. So he's out there, he's like, never thought we'd about to hope to win. I don't sound doing that better than you be a clown by now. And he get to the chorus. Never would have hoped to be. Bum, bum, bum. You can never know what it's like. Your blood like when it freezes just like ice. See, now he recorded this younger and, before he was puffy. Behind that mask you use. I'm coming, Paul. Stay right there, Paul. Think this fool could never win. Well, look at me. I'm coming back again. I got a taste of love in a simple way. And if you need to know what I'm going to do the puffy chorus. You just fade away. Don't you know? I'm still standing better than ever did. Looking like a true survivor. Feeling like a little kid. Had a 50th birthday. Still standing after all this time. Picking up the pieces of my life with that on my mind. I'm still standing. And it was like he was singing like he had ring dings in his mouth. He was singing like he had thank you very much. He was singing like he was trying to do a trick where it was like a bar bet or something. It's like, okay, here, listen, we're going to shove all these cupcakes in your mouth and you have to sing an Elton John song with like cupcakes in your mouth. Okay. I don't think I feel bad better than I ever did. Feeling like a little kid. I feel bad better than I ever did. I'm still chewing. Yeah. I am choking. Sitting here eating lunch. Trying to sing a song with oh, sorry. Okay. Anyway, let's go to Paul in Connecticut. I'm going to go to Paul on line 1 there. Hello, Paul. You've been waiting a while. Sorry to make you wait. Hi. Good morning.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure to talk to you. I feel honored.
Oh, please.
It sounds as many places you've traveled and everything.
Oh, stop. How are you, buddy?
I'm trying to hang in here. I was going to say the worst place I ever almost got stuck in the winter was when I was in high school. We decided to hike up a mountain in New Hampshire, and it would be about 5 to 6 hours to the top of the mountain, and we'd have to go above the tree line.
You decided to do that on purpose?
Well, yes, it was me and a friend. We went on a solo hike, two of us up there.
You and a friend on a solo hike, I'm sorry, by definition, Paul.
Well, it's not solo, but two of us, it's like I was smart enough to bring a buddy with me,
Yes,
They said,
very smart.
I don't want to go up there by myself.
No, you don't want to be a statistic. Far. Right, exactly.
But 5 hours to the top, above the tree line, we lost the trail. We had to go, we counted the steps, 1,000 steps, and we were grabbing onto the pine trees.
Yeah.
And there was like 9 feet of snow were falling into our necks.
Oh, my God.
To grab onto the next pine tree for 1,000 steps, and then we cut down the mountain, and we had to find a bridge that went over a river. We just found it. We were like 10 steps away from it when we got down to the bottom of the mountain. I had to cross the river. Luckily, we got out to the highway and stuck our thumbs out and caught an old couple, picked me and my friend up and brought us back to the school.
And then you killed him. That would have been the ultimate punch. But,
they were telling, I got something on my phone about people that have medical conditions, and there's, I don't want to be a doomsayer, but the possibility of extended power losses for people around New York, Connecticut.
Sure.
You're in Westchester.
Right.
That's a possibility of something that people have to deal with.
Right.
That's, a concern. And I'd say for you driving also, when I had to drive in the snow, I'd almost wait for like a plow truck to go by, or sometimes they go in 2 or 3.
Right.
And if you follow them out, like you got to drive, I don't know, it sounds like you got to drive like 50 miles.
Yeah, you're exactly right. No, that was something I used to do when I was on the road doing stand up. So I remember one time, Paul, and by the way, you are lucky. It seems like every third time you call, it's yet another story of you defying death.
Well, I guess I volunteered for some very hazardous duty for work even after some of this other stuff.
Yeah, the submarine stuff that you did, the out there in the water and the diving and so, Jesus.
Yeah,
but
some of these boat trips in the islands.
Yeah.
One guy Paul, I hate to say it, somebody got killed in front of me just like 5 feet away from me for, the national security of our country.
Yeah.
So I had,
that sonar thing you were working on.
Yeah.
How did he die? How did this guy die in front of you, 5 feet away from you? What happened?
Well, we were on this like 60-foot wooden trawler with it, and it had these stabilizers that could be put out to keep the boat steady. They want to use it in calm weather, but we had steel cables going onto it. They got caught around a boat piling. Those big boat pilings they're like telephone poles. He's trying to get the thing, just like grabbing it when the captain's gunning the boat. And she's under pressure.
God!
And the freaking thing he got it loose. Just let the thing break, and the freaking thing hit him right in the head.
Jesus Christ! Oh God, Bill, play something. Bill, find the ketchup song for me. Not Anticipation. Find those. But give me Gypsy Kings or something. Give me something to take my mind off this guy dying in front of Paul. Oh my God, we need to play a song that gets our mind off a guy dying in front of Paul. Oh my God, Paul, geez, us. Thank God that wasn't you, buddy. Holy Lord in heaven. Oh my God.
These cables can snap and
cut
people in half.
Cut people in half. God
almighty. I had to talk to the customs people and said, I'm lucky we got back there.
Yeah, it's like customs guy says anything to declare, and you're like, yeah, a guy died 5 feet away from me. How's that to declare? I do declare that I could have died and I saw a guy die, and how about you just let me go with my drugs?
I didn't have any. I had to tell him to call an 800 number. We did see a bale floating out there, and we couldn't.
You know what, Paul? Paul? If I'm going through customs after some dude died 5 feet away from me, I'd say to the customs guy, say, you know what? I have nothing to declare, but do me a favor. Have you confiscated anything that I could use? Because I just saw a dude die 5 feet away from me. For the love of sweet, feathery Jesus. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Actually, you know what? This isn't working for me. Okay, no. Okay, there goes Paul. Yeah, do me a favor. Can you find a banjo song? Is there banjo music in there? You got dueling banjos? Because there's a great Steve Martin theory. Steve Martin says, and I agree, and Steve Martin is a reason he's my hero, is that when you're playing banjo music, you just can't be sad. You just can't sing a sad song with a banjo. See? This is, I believe, a drop thumb medley. Is that what this is? Drop thumb? This is Steve Martin, right? I know this tune. See? It's happy. You can't sing a sad song with the banjo. Steve Martin said that. Oh.
Daddy played the banjo 'neath the yellow tree.
Yeah.
It rang across the backyard, an old-time melody.
See, you can't sing about people dying.
I love to hear the music. I was only 5.
This is Steve Martin and the Deep Canyon Rangers.
His fingers made the banjo come alive. Sometimes I'd wake up at night and hear a distant tune. The banjo would echo around my childhood room. I'd sneak down the back stairs that he never knew.
Forget that story.
I'd grab a broom and make believe I was sticking to.
Nobody dies. We live forever.
Hey, Daddy, put my fingers down on the string.
Okay, I feel better. Thank you very much. Okay, that's good. Okay, good Lord see, I have intrusive thoughts. I can have so many. It gets to the point, first time I heard the term intrusive thought, it was I related to it immediately. As soon as this person in a conversation used the term intrusive thought, I knew immediately what they meant without them having to explain it. Because I was just like, oh my God, I live that. I have intrusive thoughts. Matter of fact, I'll have days with so many intrusive thoughts that the happy, non-intrusive thoughts are the intrusive thoughts. Does that make sense to anyone? Anyone listening? Anyone get what I'm saying? I'll have so many back-to-back intrusive, scary thoughts about dying, drowning, somebody I love being hit by a drunk driver, that kind of thing. Okay. I am your host, TJ McCormack. I'm out of my flipping mind. Okay. I'll have a day with so many intrusive thoughts in a row that the happy moments are the intrusive thoughts. Nabish? You with me? Are you? Are you really? Let's go to Kevin in Georgia. Kevin, good morning.
Oh, Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy.
There you go. All right, Kevin in Georgia. Air quotes. Let's go up to, Holla. Okay, here we go. We got the lovely. She heard my call to her. Lovely Pamela. Lovely Pamela. Good morning, Pam.
Good morning. Oh, you know what? Yeah. The banjo music, I'm permanently damaged with that because, see, in the old days, when I was a kid, when a movie made a theater play for a while, they would show it on regular TV.
Yes.
After a year or two.
Sure.
So I'm like a tween between, 12 and 13, and I'm dialing the television, on a weekend night, seeing what's on.
Right.
And, a lot of times they'd put horror movies on at night and everything, late at night, and it was kind of cool and everything. So I come across this, I didn't know what it was. And I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And there's people playing banjos and squealing like a pig.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, oh,
can you find,
my God.
Do we have, Bill, can you find dueling banjos? Do we have it? Do we have dueling banjos? We don't have dueling banjos? I would think it's got to be in our archive somewhere. So you saw Deliverance.
I saw Deliverance, and, to this day, my family
Earl
used
Scruggs.
Deliverance.
Earl Scruggs. Scruggs and something is who did dueling banjos.
Yeah, they're the ones who did the Bonnie and Clyde music also.
Right.
So,
go ahead, Pam.
You want to hear something creepy? I've got two other creepy stories.
Please do. Let's go for it.
Get your mind off the storm, something positive, like creepy stories.
Okay.
If you look up on the internet, a while ago when I heard about Jack Smith, he was also involved in some stuff in Tennessee where he was going after somebody in Tennessee. So he's got quite a lineage. So I looked up his, past, his family life, and to see who is he, where did he come from.
You're talking about the federal prosecutor, the special prosecutor.
Oh, yes, right. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just clarifying. Okay, go ahead, yeah.
And he's known to be kind of like interesting, the way he's always stoic and doesn't show much emotion.
Like a soldier,
if you look him up, his family life, there is a picture which ties into the Deliverance concept.
Really?
There is a picture online of him and his family on the front porch in this like cabin, like type house, like almost like Elvis's house that he grew up in Tupelo.
Yeah.
And they're sitting on the front porch. And Daddy is sitting in a chair with shorts on.
Pamela doesn't like the shorts on dudes. We've covered that many times.
And he's got the hairy legs, and you can almost see up his shorts, like it's really weird. And Jack Smith is a teenager, and they're all standing there, and Deliverance comes to mind, the banjo player. You've got to see this picture. In fact, I even called the Republican Party in Florida, and I said, you've got to look this picture up. I'm kind of friendly with the people there. And you've got to look this up. And then my third creepy story is...
Keep talking.
Real fast.
No, keep talking.
Your station has the Chucky laugh, which I just love.
Yes.
And it's so creepy. I was coming out of the grocery store a couple weeks ago. And next to me was a minivan with all dark tinted windows. I mean, you couldn't see who was inside. And, I really hate that because when you get into your vehicle, you don't know if Harry the Axe Killer is next to you and going to jump out.
Yeah.
Well, this was even worse because on the side of his, how you have those pictures that you can put on your windows?
Yes.
And it shows through on the other side, one side. He had the Chucky doll with a knife.
That's creepy. That's creepy.
So, right there and then, I should have turned into place on that car. But, so those are my three banjo.
All right.
The third one wasn't so much banjo. And my niece was a little kid at the time, and Chucky totally freaked her out. Even when she got older, if you just mentioned the name Chucky.
Oh, my God, right?
Out.
Pamela, here we go. We're going to listen to the good part, the incredible part of dueling banjos. This is one of the all-time just greatest tunes. Here we go, gang. This is also great for speeding. If you're waiting for the snowstorm to start, this is going to be me on the highway trying to beat the storm home. Yeah, pull out into the left lane. Woo!
Get your teeth in.
This is it, world. From now on, no more Mr. Good Guy.
We don't need no stinking snow tires. It's another side of midnight, y'all. I'm TJ. That's Bill over there.
I'm TJ. That's Bill. There's Tony. We're all here.
Nobody leaves me. Nobody.
You doggies.
Ah, that's great stuff. Try to beat that. That is the stuff. Thank you, Billy. Heck yeah. Tell you what. You want some viewing? You want some TV viewing, gang? I'll see Pamela and I'll raise her this. So she found this image of Jack Smith on the porch with his family, and she's thinking there's like a deliverance, kind of an inbred thing going on. Are any of you familiar? Anybody in the family? It's 42 minutes past the hour. It's another side of midnight. It's me, TJ. You there. Okay, here we go. Anybody here familiar with a series of videos, a series of short, really they're short films. Calling them videos is not quite doing them justice. This guy has got a great channel on YouTube called the Soft, I think it's called the Soft Underbelly. Not the Soft White Underbelly, the Soft Underbelly, I think is what it's called. Basically, it's about vulnerable people. This guy on YouTube, Soft something Underbelly. Damn it. I'll look it up when we take the next break, or you guys can take a little look at home and check it out on YouTube. The guy, he's a filmmaker, and I think he stumbled across a couple of interesting people. I believe it started on Skid Row in Los Angeles, and the proverbial Skid Row. And now most of Los Angeles constitutes Skid Row. Tents, people living on the street, drug addicts. You see the videos out of Philadelphia, Kensington, the people on the spice and ketamine, and they're like doubled over, and it's just the most pathetic, disgusting. Anyway, so this fella on YouTube found a family. I don't know how he found them, but it's literally out of Deliverance, including where this guy found these people. This filmmaker found a family called the Whitakers, W-H-I-T, Whitakers. And they live in West Virginia. It's cliché. This is cliché after cliché after cliché. This family and they talk about it, they are a family that has, like the joke, the old joke goes, the family tree, no branches, just goes straight up. Like, they're all related, related. They're inbred. It's an inbred family in West Virginia. And they are not right. And I'm not taking any joy in this, and I promise you I'm not making fun. And if you ever do look it up and check out the Whitakers, again, I'm not being cute here or disrespectful, but they are a family that they have inbred over the years. So the Whitakers are on YouTube on this guy's, I think it's Soft White Underbelly. It might be what it's called. But good Lord, that sort of thing, to see that it really exists and to see the physical ramifications of their chromosome situation is really disturbing. And it's fascinating. Like the proverbial car. Well, I've said proverbial twice in 60 seconds on this show.
There's no way that you could come from my loins. As soon as I get home, the first thing I'm going to do is punch your mama in the mouth.
The great Jackie Gleason as Buford T. Justice. It's like the old joke. I like to introduce you to my wife and my sister. One girl standing there. Thank you. That is the Whitakers. It is fascinating. It's heartbreaking. It's scary. It's creepy. You cannot look away. You cannot look away from this chromosomal car wreck. And one of them is nonverbal. They have eyes that diverge. They have diverging, wandering eyes. Like, that is a trait that about 6 of them have. And it's like, you don't know who's a sister and who's a mom and who's a brother or a cousin or a dad. You don't know. You don't know. And again, not making fun. Not at their expense. This guy is very charitable. The filmmaker gives them money. They do fundraising for them. They do GoFundMes for the family. They keep them clothed. They've fixed their house. Jesus Christ. You guys go take a look and then report back and tell me what you see. It's beyond. And the fact that it's real, it's in 2026, it's real. These people are there. All right. 1-800-848-9222. We got Chris, Joaquin, Charlie, and Jim all there. We're going to talk to all y'all and you here on Another Side of Midnight. 1-800-848-9222. We shall be right back on the Red Apple Audio Network.
All night long. This is Another Side of Midnight
with TJ McCormack.
77 WABC. It's Another Side of Midnight.
Political humorist TJ McCormack.
Now, to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC.
Here's TJ McCormack.
Good morning, gang. Hello there, family. It's 51 minutes past the hour, and it's now 15 degrees. It is, let's see, where the heck are we? It feels like 2 degrees outside here in Midtown Manhattan. And we are hunkering down for a long snow day throughout the Northeast. And, we're talking to people about the snowstorm. We're talking to people about the snowstorm. We're talking to people. This show is absolutely taking on my ADHD. We're talking about the snowstorm, hunkering down. We're talking about travel tips, people dying within 5 feet of you, inbred, Appalachian, West Virginia families, and, all the while playing banjo music and hip hop. There we go. It's a perfect Sunday morning. It's today is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. Yay. Can't beat it. All right, let's see. Where is... Let's go to... Let's go. What am I going to do here? I'm going to go to, pack it in. Let me begin. All right. I'm going to go to line 4. There's Charlie in Cherry Hill.
Thank you for taking my call, TJ.
Of course.
I called it. Yes, I called to talk to you. I agree with you about, you were talking about on the way out the door, Governor Phil Murphy. You mentioned 2 pardons he did. One seemed like typical political corruption.
Yes.
He said a heavy Democrat donor, his son,
the
was
kid,
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kid. It wasn't a vicious thing, but I mean, it was a leaving the scene of an accident, or killed somebody and left, right? And so that you can understand. That's
sure. And the kid claimed that he was going to get help and all that stuff.
Right, which is
right.
Yes,
it's a load. It's a load. Yeah.
Yeah, right. But that you can understand. That's political corruption. But the other thing you said he did, did he pardon this woman outright? Because I remember that case. He did not pardon her outright.
Clemency. It's clemency. She is now suddenly potentially able to be. He has made it so that she could get early release. She has been granted clemency, and I guess maybe that means different things in different states or jurisdictions. But so she's looking at possibly getting out instead of in 2054. She could get out like next week or something like that.
See, that makes no sense because I specifically remember the case. If he were to commute her sentence to live in a mental institution and be confined to a mental institution for the rest of her life.
Right.
That would at least make some kind of sense if he was just to
sure.
Because I remember the case that she was absolutely nuts. That was horrible what she did.
An 18-year-old and a 28-month-old. You can't. She murdered them. It's unconscionable.
Burn them. It's horrible. Yeah, but it was that. But if he commuted her sentence to a mental institution, that would make sense. But what he did makes absolutely no sense at all. It's just.
I concur, buddy. I concur, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Of course, Charlie.
I hope we all survive the snowstorm. Yeah. And I totally agree with you about the current mayor of New York and not letting the kids have a snow day. But TJ, we have to think. Is this the worst thing the guy's doing? Given what
I know.
Full on. It's like the least bad thing that he's still doing because he's just.
It's almost honorable. It's almost honorable compared to everything else that he's preparing to do.
That's exactly right. And this is like a 4-year or an 8-year nightmare that it feels like you're not going to hear.
I know.
Thank you for taking
Thank you, buddy.
Call.
Thank you, Charlie. God bless. Be well. Stay warm. 1-800-848-9222. We got a second or two here. Let's get over to, let's see. Let's get to, Jim in Ann Arbor. Where the heck are you there? Line 5. Good morning, Jim in Michigan.
Oh, hi, TJ. You're making fun of people in Appalachia. You sound like a racist doing that, really, making fun of them. Some of those people are very poor. A lot of them served in the military.
Yeah. Let's see here. Good. 1-800-848-9222. 1-800-848-9222. Not making fun. I'm going out of my mind, out of my way. Not making fun. Yeah. But, let's see. All right. I don't want to cut people short. So what we're going to do is we're going to take I'll have 60 seconds and I don't want to, rush people on and off. So Chris and Joaquin and Pete, hang in there because when we come back, we'll talk to y'all. Definitely go check out this group, the Whitakers. They really, really are. It's a fascinating thing to watch. And again, it is heartbreaking and creepy. But it's real, and I don't know. And the guy the guy who interviews them is actually, like I said, he's befriended the family. He takes them on shopping trips, brings them out to brings them for haircuts, and does GoFundMe type fundraising for the family, for the Whitakers. I think you put in Whitaker family, you'll get them on YouTube for sure. You'll definitely find it. So when we come back, we'll talk to, Chris and Joaquin. We'll talk to everybody that we can. And, also I want to touch on, and it took us a while to get there, blessedly so. But I wanted to touch on, if we get there, I want to touch on Minneapolis. And I don't want to join the broken record chorus. I think the take would be at least it'll be spirited. Okay, we'll do our best to take a spirited look at what's going on in Minneapolis, and there's people who claim the high ground, and there are people who are just full of garbage. So we'll kind of try to discern who's where and what. I clearly have the moral high ground. I am clearly correct on the subject. Another Side of Midnight with TJ McCormack on the Red Apple Audio Network. Stay right there.
It's Another Side of Midnight, 77 WABC. This is Another Side of Midnight
with TJ McCormack.
Now, to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC.
Here's TJ McCormack.
All right, good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Hi there, family. It is Another Side of Midnight with me, TJ, and I'm just full of friggin' chocolate. I gotta stop eating chocolate. I'm walking around eating chocolate. Ugh! I gotta stop that. Bill and Tony gotta just barricade the studio. I go out, I take a walk, I walk past the Mr. Katz, just looks after us. Mr. and Mrs. Katzmatidis here at 77 WABC. They look after us like they were their own family. There are wonderful energy snacks like dark chocolate out there. And so, yeah. And every time I walk past this bowl of, and I got to do it. But anyway, I do it for you. I do it for you. And yes, look at me. You. Yes, you driving right there. You. I do it for you. And, anyway, yeah. So this way I can actually speak. So We are anticipating the snow starting. Now, it says that there's like a snow shower here in New York. I don't really see it. It better not. It better not. I do not need a stressful ride home. I don't need that, damn it. I don't want it. I don't need it. I tell you, I remember now again, when I was a kid and doing stand up and, when I wasn't making great dough and before I was flying around doing stand up, I was driving around doing stand up and, grew up here in New York, and I would go to the Midwest all the time. In the early days, always by car. And I had at one point in my early career, in my early life, I had I don't know if anybody remembers the Geo Metro. If I could talk to my 25-year-old self or 24-year-old self, however old myself was, if I could talk to my, they do that thing. If you could tell your whatever self. Yeah. Okay. If I could tell 24, 25-year-old TJ, don't buy a Geo Metro. You know who owned a Geo Metro and loved it? Art Bell, rest his soul, the king of overnight radio. I am not even a prince. I am a vassal. Anyway, I had a Geo Metro. And it was a convertible. A Geo Metro convertible. It was a 2-seat, 3-cylinder car. Just about qualifies as a car. Just about. When I say car, it feels like an overstatement. 2 seats, 3 cylinders. Yes, it had 4 tires, but the 4 tires amounted to like one of my tires on my Volvo right now. Okay. And I remember one time, a few minutes ago, somebody was saying, a good little trick or whatever, as a strategy is to get behind a plow. Love that. Love that. Salt truck, whatever. There's times when you're just desperate and it's bad and you are stuck in the middle of it. And man, if you can just get behind a plow truck, and just hang back a little bit, stay out of the way, don't be tailgating, but get in his wake, baby, you are home free. I remember driving to, I had to get to, I was going to, Wisconsin. I was going to, I want to say Green Bay. No, I was going to Dubuque, Iowa. That's where I was going. Wow. I can't believe I remember that. Going to Dubuque, Iowa. And I get on the highway. I used to time it. Like I'd leave it like at night. I'd leave it like 8 or 9 o'clock. I'd leave Westchester and start driving and just go for it. It was me, coffee, Mountain Dew, and cigarettes. It was like the Blues Brothers, 150 miles to Chicago, blah, blah, blah. Full tank gas, half pack of cigarettes. It's dark and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it. That's what it was. So it was me, a great cassette tape of all my favorite hits. First song was Eddie Grant, Electric Avenue. That was the first song on the tape. Anyway, I remember being in the middle of an insane snowstorm between Gary, Indiana and Chicago on 90, on I-80, I-90, I-80, I-90. I forget. Which one? What is that there in Gary? Is that 80-90? I think it's 80-90. It runs concurrently, right? I think I'm right. Right. Anyway, I was literally driving. There were no plows, but I was driving trying to keep two of my tires, one side of my little car. I was trying to keep it in pre-planted tire tracks. And my car was so small that it didn't even quite really straddle the snow very well, so I was just hoping to get some contact with the ground. And, I remember it getting to the point where, the car was so light and had, again, three pointless nothing cylinders in this car. It was the lawnmower engine. And, I remember really thinking that I was gonna get absolutely just either stuck or not seen and just killed. I thought I was gonna get plowed by either a plow or a truck or something. And, in the end, I didn't die, just so everybody knows. I'm sorry, no spoil. Yeah, I didn't die. But, definitely was doing everything I could to be seen. It was a red Geo Metro convertible. But, I do remember getting off the highway, finally, crying uncle, getting off the highway, pulling into a truck stop, and ended up having like the best, coolest, 5 hours. I couldn't go anywhere. I had to wait for the snow to stop. And I just sat there like dizzy, had biscuits and gravy, coffee, Cokes, and back then you could, smoke in a truck stop, at the counter and whatever in the diner, in the restaurant, and had like the coolest. I love being on the road. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Loved being on the road. Loved being in that part of the country. Loved the Midwest. I loved out West. I loved the Southwest. I love everything. I love all of America. And I love traveling and I love being out there. There are different sections of this country where you feel like you are just in another universe. Gary, Indiana to Chicago is not exactly another universe, but a truck stop is. What's that big one? It's near the Quad Cities, and it's the I-80 truck stop is out there in Iowa. And, I think they claim to be the world's biggest truck stop. I used to hit that every chance I could get, and I'd be up and down across the country. I'd be all over the place. I'd go past that. Sometimes there'd be weeks where I was booked in like 5 different cities, and I'd go past that truck stop 4 times in a week. Oh, it's the best. The best. Love that time of life. Anyway, so, that was a fun snowstorm. I enjoyed that. I loved riding it out with truckers and, that was good stuff. Truckers and smokes and good stories and Rand McNally maps. Certainly no GPS, no cell phones, just freewheeling it out there with the latest Rand McNally map. I loved when the new Rand McNally came out. Once a year, the new map would come out. I mean, I used to drive so much that I would recognize when certain highway construction would be completed. I'm like, oh, they finished 35 through Dallas. That loop that goes off, that spur off 35. Yeah, they finished it. Yeah, that kind of thing. That's what I got excited about. 1-800-848-9222. Let's talk to Joaquin in Pennsylvania. Good morning, brother.
Good morning, TJ. Hey, you know what?
What?
Radar love is your show's mantra, okay?
Yes.
However, though, I got a suggestion from when you come back from commercial breaks.
Okay.
I think you really missed the ball, man. You really need to have them play Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac.
Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac. As in TJ McCormack. Okay. All right.
There you go. Return of the Mac.
Return of the Mac. All right. So,
hey.
You got caught in the snow in Ohio one time.
Oh, yeah. Well, wait, first I got something else since my wife isn't home. So the young lady who MCs the karaoke, me and her, we've been doing some duets.
Uh-huh.
And we've been doing Jackson, by Johnny Cash and June Carter, but also Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, Meatloaf.
Oh, Meatloaf, yeah.
You'll never guess what her name is.
Mashed potatoes. Gravy. Meatloaf and gravy. Oh, I'm sorry, what?
No. What's your girlfriend's name?
Erica.
Yes.
And mine's virtual. Yours is real. Oh, is this Return of the Mac?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's not your girlfriend, so that's why you wait for your wife to be out of town before you sing with her? Okay, Joaquin. Seeing right through you, brother. I'm the Mac, and I'm back.
DJ Mac.
See? There you go. So, So tell me, Joaquin, about your experience getting stuck in the snow in Ohio.
All right. So this is it's the winter of 84, 85. I don't remember if it was before or after the New Year. So
okay.
I delivered in Ohio, and I had to go out to Fort Wayne, Indiana to pick up a load of Rolling Rocks beer.
Fort Wayne.
And it had snowed the night before, and then that morning it was warm and it was raining. So the water's running down the road, but then it flashed. Everything just flash froze. It
That's
dropped
scary.
down.
And that's Indiana. That can happen in Indiana.
Yeah. Actually, this was in Ohio still. All right?
Oh, it was in Ohio. Okay.
So anyway, actually, it was one of my most memorable days of driving because I did the most incredible thing. So here I am. I'm going. So now the road is turned to ice. Okay, and I have an empty trailer, which is not good.
Right.
And I guess a gust of wind must have caught it.
Oh boy.
And so the next thing I know, I'm driving a Peterbilt, long-nosed Peterbilt, and the next thing I know, I'm looking at the side of my trailer. In other words, the tractor had jackknifed.
You were jackknifed.
And so now the nose was pointing to the left. Okay, and I was going off, towards the left.
Okay. So what's your training?
So here I'm sitting there. I dropped the mic for the CB, and I started cutting the wheel, and I pulled the trolley brake a little bit, and I'm feathering the fuel, and I managed to pull out of it. And the only thought that's going through my mind is, how am I going to tell my boss Rick I wrecked his truck, right?
Right.
And so I finally get it straight, and then the next thing that happens is it whips completely around the other way. And picture this: I actually went sideways down the road. The whole tractor and trailer was completely sideways. Okay. And I'm going down the road, and I actually managed to pull out of that. And all the guys on the radio, they couldn't believe it. They're like, holy crap, you should have been dead the first time around.
Yeah.
And then they said the second time they couldn't believe they'd never seen that before where someone pulled out of those.
Wow.
So anyway, it got so bad, I pulled into Union 76, and I got the last parking space of all things, okay?
Nice.
It was so bad. It was so bad that actually I was in that truck stop for 3 days. They shut the highway down.
Wow.
The governor was on TV apologizing that the state ran out of salt, okay? And it was so bad that they actually had the National Guard out there, and the other truckers that couldn't get into the truck stop, they were actually running with snowmobiles and with other kind of vehicles, back and forth to the truck stop, were running them food and coffee and stuff like that.
Wow, that's fascinating. Oh, my God.
The amazing thing is this. You were talking about truck stop before.
Love it.
The culture back then, all right, when, you talk about your radio family.
Mm-hmm.
When you went on the road back then, it really was like one big family. Everybody just looked out for each other. And you know what? Sitting there 3 days at the truck stop, I mean, you made friends with all kinds of guys, and
sure.
It was just, I can't even explain to someone who's never really experienced it.
Yeah.
But
they were even friendly to me. They were friendly to me. I'd introduce myself, because I stood out like a sore thumb. I was clearly not a trucker, and these guys would ask me, they would say, what's your story? What are you doing here? And I'd tell them I'm a comic. I've got a nightclub, and they would love that, and we would talk. And I always stuck with the truckers. I had an affinity for the truckers. I had an affection for them. I had a respect for truckers. Truckers knew where the cops were. Truckers knew where the weather was. Truckers knew where the hills were, where the wind was. They knew where the construction was. And I'm telling you, I would just regularly, I always drove at night. I'd do a show, meet a girl, take care of business, get back in the car, and I would drive overnight to my next gig. I'd sleep during the day. And I would get into that car at let's say 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock after the show. And then I would get on the highway and just settle in safely behind a truck and just coast with that guy. And if he got off the highway, I'd find another one and just run with them. I learned a lot of rules of the road. I learned about, everything from, just, the please and the thank you with the headlights and the blinkers and I learned how to do all that stuff. I learned a lot about lane changing and all the safe stuff. Truckers are your best friend out there. People have to respect them and be good to them, and they'll be good to you. They don't care. They'll be good to regular cars. As long as you show them respect and give them the space they need. Truckers are the best friends you have on the road out there.
Back in those days, you'd pull over to help people out. I mean, nowadays, especially at night, you really don't know, who anybody is anymore, but back in those days, if you broke down, guys would usually pull over to help you out. Yeah, I've pulled over to help other guys out, and it was just, it was a whole different culture than it is now. And it was really something amazing, really, I can't say enough about it.
Yeah, no, it is
really good days.
Yeah, they were great days, and not only all that, but also because you could smoke inside. But yeah, no, it was great people and great experiences, and I do genuinely miss that part of being on the road. And do you remember? And also, do you remember? I got to take a break, but quickly, Joaquin, do you remember WWL, the Road Gang, Coast to Coast, the Trucker Channel?
Oh, yeah. Then there was Truckin' Bozo.
Yep, Truckin' Bozo. And that's a rabbit hole I love going down on YouTube. I like listening to I am nuts. I know what I'm about to say, and I sound like such a dorky loser. But I love listening to, and they're on YouTube, recordings of, Dave Nemo on WWL. Dave Nemo and the Road Gang, Coast to Coast, and the Truckin' Bozo. All right, I got to jump, buddy boy. Have a great rest of the Sunday and stay safe and warm.
I had a word from Mike.
Oh yeah. Whoops. Uh-oh. All right, gang. Here we go. Must not have been a good word. Let's go to a quick break. When we come back, we got Silas, Chris, Pete, and Leon. We shall return. It's another side of midnight with me, TJ, on a snowy, cold, frozen Red Apple Audio Network.
All night long, this is another side of midnight
with TJ McCormack.
77 WABC. It's another side of midnight.
Political humorist TJ McCormack.
Now to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC.
Here's TJ McCormack.
Good morning. Yeah. All right. Let's see. We got people on the line to get to, so let's talk to them. Let's see. Bubbity boop. Pete in Staten Island line 4. Good morning, Pete.
Hey, PJ. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah,
been a while. Haven't spoken to you in a couple of weeks.
Well, you just played my song. That's what I used to sing to Linda and Carly, Riders on the Storm. Sure. And I was whatever age I was, because both of them dated Morrison when he was like 25, 26, before he died at 27. And Carly, I used to do my version of Riders on the Storm, which she loved. Because I imitate. I don't sing, but I imitate people.
All right, Pete, you're setting yourself up, Pete. You got to do it.
Well, okay. You ready?
Go ahead. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Riders on the storm, there's a killer on the road. Riders on the storm.
Is that actually you?
Riders on the storm. That's about it that I'm going to do now.
Pete.
I do it at weddings. I go in, do like an hour show. I have about 3 bands that I manage, and they perform. They do weddings, bar mitzvahs, and everything. I'm not going to say no names.
Okay.
Because I don't want no free advertisement.
Right. Yeah, you'll get, we'll pop you for that. We'll pop you. Uh-huh.
But I want to say, I've been at your studio when they had the Vinny Medunia show. And
nice. Oh, I'm sorry I missed you.
Margot is the host, and John, they are the best.
They are the best.
I have hypoglycemia, so while I'm up talking to you, probably about 3 or 4, I got to eat a Hershey bar, And
I can relate.
I need the sugar.
I can relate.
Yeah. I need the sugar, and I'm telling you, they are the hostess with the mostest.
They are.
I brought my blind friend up there with a CNI dog for that party there, and he actually, the Caspatinis, Margaret walked them around, showed them around, and she was such a hostess, and John.
Yeah.
And actually, they had a conversation, Governor Patterson and him, and they were talking about blindness and getting around. This friend of mine, Harold, he will travel with that dog through the subway system. Nothing stops him. He'll take a Cessna ride. The dog is so smart.
Sure.
He comes over to my house with the dog, and the dog is perfect. I have a cat.
Turns out the dog dated Rin Tin Tin.
This dog is brilliant. You got to see. I mean, he won't let him get near the street. We're walking. The dog actually pushes you away from the street. It's so
wow. Oh, yeah, that's what they're trained to do.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's trained to the fullest, and it's beautiful. Like I say, the beautiful people at Caspatinis, they do a lot of stuff that they don't even let people know about.
Philanthropy, they take care of people.
Yes, they do.
And for everybody who works here, again, when you come here, it is kind of like a home away from home. You feel looked after. I have worked in so many places. Well, I've had maybe like 3 real jobs. And in all of those places, it was like 3 actual real world jobs outside of show business. And in each case, it's like, boy, they could do so much more. They could just be that much more friendly or family like. This place, Mr. and Mrs. Katz, literally, especially Margot. When you see Mrs. Katz-Matidis, she's first, how you doing? Do you need anything? And that's just in the middle of a work day. Everything good? You're good? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Anyway, Pete, thank you, Pally. Good talking to you. Stay warm and dry and cozy, and say hi to Carly Simon the next time that you have relations. 1-800-848-9222. Silas on Staten Island. Good morning, brother.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about why Don Lemon is.
By all means.
Wacky.
Go to town, baby. Go to town.
It's all about getting paid. I'm going to say allegedly. I don't want you getting stewed.
Okay, thank you.
Allegedly,
yeah,
he was offered so much money to use his platform to go at Trump. But now you think about it. If somebody offered you, say, $10 million,
right,
just to badmouth somebody, that's an offer you might not refuse. But
sure,
and here's why. He doesn't care. Ilhan Omar doesn't care. They know they will never spend one day in jail.
Nope.
They know there's enough judges out there who will spring them. That's why Ilhan Omar could spit on the flag, burn it in the street, and he'd still get stupid people to vote for it.
Yep.
That's because the school system itself is in on it, dumbing down people. There's not only stupid people who rise in the Democrat Party, but there's always going to be stupid people to vote for them.
Sure, which is how they rise. Exactly.
But here's how Donald Trump is going to have a monument built for him.
Yes.
If he continues with this, and a certain talk show wouldn't let me say this, but I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with Donald Trump just going over to Greenland and saying, hey, we'll make a deal. He doesn't have to go in there with bombs blazing and killing people.
No, not at all.
That's stupid. So he'll make a deal with them.
Yep.
They'll be happy to. There are people now in other countries making videos saying, oh, please make us the 51st state.
Yeah.
There's never been another president that people did that with.
Nope.
So if he makes a deal with Haiti, he makes a deal with Cuba, makes a deal with Venezuela, makes a deal with Greenland. Forget it. They're going to build a monument to him, and Democrats are going to pull their hair out.
You're right. You're onto something.
And I wanted to say about your show here.
Yes, sir.
It is like a family. I didn't know Joaquin was a truck driver.
Yeah.
I drive straight jobs. I drive straight jobs from Maine to Florida.
Wow.
I got my map, and it's laminated.
Wow.
So even if I spill something on it, don't matter.
Yeah. I love looking at maps back in the day. I love getting the Rand McNally, the big map book.
And I rewrote a thing for your bumper music. You know that song they use it, and now just picture John Travolta dancing around a lighted floor.
Sure.
To the other side of midnight, the TJ McCormack show. He's gonna take you higher. He will keep you informed. What you doing in your bed? Is that you're dancing? You should be listening. Yeah.
You should be calling. Yeah.
You were around in the days when the limelight was around?
Yeah, sure. I didn't go, but I was sure. I'm old enough.
I played there with my band.
Wow.
With Noel Redding. Back in the day, Noel Redding was still around.
Oh my God.
My friend said, "Hey, you want to do a gig? Because I do a Hendrix show." He goes, "Yeah." I said, "I'll sing." He played right there with and the lead singer of the Spin Doctors was also with us on stage.
Oh, the Spin Doctors
at the limelight.
Wow.
So I know about driving at night all the time.
Dig it, baby, dig it. Silas, thank you, brother. Have a good rest of the morning and stay safe and warm, dude. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. I always feel like I could play this guitar. Right? Just place my fingers.
You should be dancing, yeah.
Guitar.
Dancing, yeah.
Let me give my let me give So here's my thing. Silas put me in the mood to just very quickly. We're going to get to Chris, Isabel, and Leon. But just real quickly, you know what, the Minneapolis thing, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. Listen, you know what, I won't go into the whole thing. Let me just get this off my chest. Earlier, look, this is simple. Whether or not these people agree, whether or not your friends, your neighbors, your family agree, disagree about what's going on with ICE, what's going on with immigration enforcement, all of that stuff. Here's the thing. The bottom line is this guy, and whether or not he had his gun out, the fellow who was shot and killed yesterday in Minneapolis on Saturday. It's the fact that he had a gun on him. Okay. It's an open carry and concealed carry state. You can do that there. All right. I am getting the sense, I am getting the inkling that after this went down, those guys realized he had a gun, or in the middle of it he had a gun, or they pulled it off him. And then this was not, it doesn't strike me that this guy came at them pointing gun, right? It doesn't strike me that he came at them threatening with a gun. That doesn't strike me. That might be exactly what happened. Now, in those just a handful of sentences, I am showing more restraint, more common sense, more open-mindedness, and more pragmatic sensibility than the mayor of Minneapolis, the governor of Minnesota, Amy Klobuchar, that odd little creature, whatever emergency services woman that spoke in that stupid press conference, me, an opinion guy, an overnight, late night, early morning talk show host, a TV pundit, me with the opinion thing going on. I'm showing more restraint and willingness to think. I'm 2,000 miles away in a radio studio. I'm supposed to be throwing around incendiary stuff, and I'm not. Because I have a conscience, I have a brain. I don't exactly know what happened. The very people that are supposed to be keeping a lid on things, the very people that are supposed to be making things safe, making things less incendiary, pouring cold water on that fire, the people that are supposed to be looking out for people like that guy who died, and the poor people who had to witness it, They started it. They need it. They want it. The fact that those elected officials from day one, and here, by the way, and earlier, I threw up there on X. I said, I didn't make a prognostication about what was going to happen. I didn't make a definitive factual call on what happened in the scrum that led to this guy getting shot. You know what I said? I put up there on X that, in my opinion, this is on all of this stuff going on in Minneapolis and potentially in other parts of the country. If leftist politicians continue to flap their leftist lips, all of this, including that woman, this guy today, who have died, all of it is on the leftist politicians who incite this stuff, the ones that have been doing it for now almost a year, the ones who refer to law enforcement, federal agents, referring to them as the Gestapo, referring to everybody from Trump to Vance as Nazis and fascists. It's why Trump got shot in the first place before he was elected. It's why Charlie Kirk was assassinated. It's not the right. What's going on is the left disagrees with the law enforcement. They don't like the law being enforced. They don't like, they don't even accept it when they do grab a murderer off the street. Child molesters, rapists. They don't like the law. Therefore, they don't like when the law is being enforced. And so, not only have they been calling names and bringing and driving a narrative of Nazi, Gestapo, fascist, and all that, threat to democracy and everything, all of the above. That has now brought about the next step, which is the physical step. Jacob Fry, the most irresponsible elected official in America right now, at the moment. Jacob Fry has lit the fuse and continues to throw gas on it. He is responsible for encouraging people to get in the way. The reason Ms. Good was shot and killed was because, now look, you can talk about whether or not her car was pointed this way or that way, whether or not she was driving away to get away or driving away to leave the scene. She didn't listen to the orders of the law enforcement. And Jacob Fry and Tim Waltz, they have not been helping the situation on several fronts. Not only have they been inciting the violence with awful rhetoric about fascism, but they have, in their sanctuary state and cities, they have been refusing to allow on-the-ground local law enforcement to keep the peace and aid the federal officers while they're in the line of their duty. And so you have this perfect storm of angry, incited interlopers, agitators. One person's agitator is another person's domestic terrorist. They're putting themselves in harm's way, and nobody's telling them not to. So earlier today, when I put up on yesterday, it was Saturday. I put up that this is on leftist politicians who have been inciting and saying this and saying that. They need to cool off the climate, let the air out of the balloon. And a colleague of mine, who I do a couple of programs with, TV, a colleague of mine said, Shame on you, TJ, right? This is what she said. She said, let me find this in particular because because the quote is so obnoxious. Says, shame on you, TJ. All right. So I said, okay, here's my tweet, right? This is on Fry, Walls, and every other leftist who has ratcheted up the vitriol in Minneapolis. The feds are simply trying to do their job. Let me read my tweet one more time, okay? My tweet says this. This is on Fry, Walls, and every other leftist who has ratcheted up the vitriol in Minneapolis. The feds are simply trying to do their job. Okay? This is what this supposed colleague of mine said. Shame on you, TJ. What a shameful, rudderless, and utterly disappointing tweet. Saying that elected officials need to calm things down. And the fact that they don't has been leading to more civilians literally standing between federal agents and wanted illegal, undocumented, whatever. Shame on her and shame on the dopey. Shame on the dopey, stupid leftist politicians who are using passionate people and getting in their skulls and ratcheting up the heat. I got to take a quick break. 1-800-848-9222. We shall be back. It's another Saturday midnight. Meet TJ McCormack, Red Apple Audio Networks. Here comes the snow.
All night long. This is another side of midnight
with TJ McCormack.
77 WABC. It's another side of midnight.
Political humorist TJ McCormack.
Now to the Bernard McGurk studios of 77 WABC.
Here's TJ McCormack.
I could listen, but I want to go to Leon, who apparently suggested that. Leon, good morning. Thanks for the suggestion, Pally.
Hey, yes, TJ, first-time caller.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm grateful.
Yes, I like your show, and that was great. Those guys are good. Your team there, and
the best.
I got one thing to say about the snowstorm.
Yes.
These kids that, the mayor making these kids doing their school.
Yep.
They need to get these school kids to go to Gracie Mansion and protest. There you go. What do you think?
Yes, and I think the parents should take them. And yes. That's a brilliant idea. Yes, I do. That is a great thing. We should. That's it. Let's see. I got to think of a hashtag. I got to think of a hashtag for a Twitter campaign to tell the parents to take the kids. Right? I mean, it's just cruel, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes. So I think that's a good idea. Then it hits the New York Times and Post. Yeah. What's he gonna do? Arrest all them kids for protesting? Huh?
Boy, he'd love it. Are you getting any snow yet? Are you getting anything yet?
No. I'm just getting ready to hunker down and let it do what it. And then the last thing,
yes, sir.
Use your judgment.
Yeah.
If you can't make it home, just use your judgment. Stay where you are.
I'll just stay here and cuddle up with Bill and Tony and me and the fellas. We'll play some Paul Simon and
Okay, all right. That's all I wanted to say.
Leon, thank you so much.
You're great.
You're a great guy, dude. Thank you, brother.
The near destination.
This brings back sensory memories because this was one of the songs in the 70s that was always on WFAS in the winter mornings when I was waiting to find out if I had a snow day. Crazy.
He longed to tell him all the reasons for the things he'd done. He came a long way just to explain.
kissed his boy as he lay sleeping, then he turned around and headed home again. God almighty, listen to that line right there. Paul Simon can just tear the guts out of you with one lyric. Kissed his son and he turned around and headed home again, meaning he doesn't even live with his boy. He had to say goodbye to him and go, oh my God, is that gut-wrenching. Paul Simon from Jamaica. Right? Corona? From Corona, Jamaica. Jamaica, Queens. I think he went to Jamaica High School. Not Jamaica, not from like Montego Bay. He's from Queens. Let's go to Isabel, line 3. Good morning, Isabel.
Hi. Hi, TJ.
Hey.
I want to tell anyone that is going to shovel snow to push the shovel and pull it, never lift it, and take a break when you are tired.
So you push it, you pull it, and you take a break when you're tired.
Yeah.
Sounds like my wedding night. Yeah, that is, wow. Okay. So no, because you know what? Again, Isabel, you're right. It's almost become a tradition to sit there and watch the news or listen to the radio, as we all will do, listen to 77 WABC here in New York. And, you hear about a tragedy. Usually it's Long Island. For some reason, it's guys in Long Island, like Levittown. It's, but you'll hear, right, Isabel, that somebody had a heart attack or passed out or something like that. And it's a terrible, I wonder what it is about shoveling snow in particular.
Because also it's cold. And then the blood gets thicker. It slows down.
That's what it is.
That's part of it. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know. Are you a health professional?
No.
Oh, you just happen to know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So are you? What do you plan on doing today when the snow starts falling? What do you plan on, Isabel?
Oh, nothing really.
No,
the kids should be playing out in it.
Oh, yes, sure. They should be. And again, I think it's cruel that Mom Donnie is making the kids log on to their devices and stay inside on Monday.
Ridiculous.
Isn't it? Oh, Isabel, you're lovely. Yeah. I really like when you call. Thank you so much for calling in. And thank you for the tips. You saved a life, Isabel. You saved a life.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, love. Take care. There goes Isabel. Lovely, 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 lovely. Chris in the Catskills, you're going to bring us home, Pally. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, I got stuck in an ice storm, 2 inches of ice 4 years ago, and I called into a talk radio show because my power went out and I had no heat in my house. So I kept going out in my car.
Oh, my God.
I had a little television set up, and I was bouncing back and forth between WABC when Curtis was on the air and television. In my area got like more ice than almost any place else. You know, it was the second worst. One of the 2 worst ice storms I ever remember.
Was that the one in the night? When was that? In the 90s?
4 years ago.
And, 4 years ago.
I remember the last caller that's true. I was a caregiver for my parents, and I noticed my mom's blood pressure went up one day. Diet was the same, medications was the same, and I'm like, why did it go up so much? And it was the end of the summer when you have those days where it's like no clouds in the sky, and there's like a 40-degree drop in temperatures in one day.
Yeah.
And I looked it up. It's exactly what she said. It makes your blood thicker, and your heart has to pump that. So after people take a shower, after they shovel snow for a while, they should take a hot shower to thin your blood back out.
Really?
You were talking a couple weeks ago about top front men in rock and roll. You were referencing Mick Jagger.
Yes.
I was thinking about modern front women that are outstanding, and 2 that stand out are both British.
Okay.
There's Rhiannon Teasdale from the punk pop band Wet Leg.
Oh, Wet Leg,
she's got
yes.
A great voice.
And she has hairy armpits. She is
the woman who has the best voice in music probably today is Lydia Keto. Lydia Keto, she's British in the British pop band Jungle.
All right. Well, listen, Chris, you brought us home with some great recommendations. Thank you. Stay warm and cozy and dry up there in the Catskills. Gang, this has been a fantastic weekend. Thank you for a great Saturday and a great Sunday morning. Thank you to Bill. Thank you to Tony. Thank you to Mr. Katz. Thank you to Margot. Thank you to Chad Lopez. Thank you to everybody here at 77 WABC and the Red Apple Audio Networks. It's another side of midnight. I'm TJ McCormack. You are my family, and I will see you next Saturday morning. Until then, I wish you all the luck in the world. Stay dry.
It's another side of midnight. 77 WABC. Listen to this podcast now
on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Idea Gen Global Podcast with George Sifakis.
I'm George Sifakis. In a world overflowing with noise, there is one forum where the world's smartest voices connect, where visionaries sit at the same table as innovators, and great minds don't just talk, they act.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.